We were sort of looking at both the transcript and as we watched it, a couple of things really struck. And I think early on, we'd like to look at this, a bit of an excerpt, when the president was sort of defending the last 6 years and really talking for the first time at a State of the Union, really almost in a boastful way about his accomplishments.
At every step, we were told our goals were misguided or too ambitious, that we would crush jobs and explode deficits. Instead, we've seen the fastest economic growth in over a decade, our deficits cut by 2/3, a stock market that has doubled, and healthcare inflation at its lowest rate in 50 years. This is good news, people.
Well, Peter, is that good news, people?
I thought that the sort of casual way that he sort of tossed that up was kind of effective. It was not the state prompter Obama, and I think there have been times when Congress, even Democrats, have felt a little sort of talked down to by Obama, and this was definitely teasing them, but it probably felt a little looser and a little more engaged in some ways.
You know, this passage is all about the president just not being able to do it, but sticking up the middle finger, honestly, to Republicans.
He was very much the honey badger president on this one.
Yes.
The other clip, and obviously I think this is the clip that's going to define the night, we're going to see it played endlessly, was at the end where he, really kind of like a benign line in the middle of the speech, and he said it a million times, I've heard him say it, you've heard him say it, that he's not running for any more elections. That elicited some applause from Republicans in the chamber, and in turn, it elicited this response from the president.
I have no more campaigns to run. My only agenda, I know because I won both of them.
Carrie, we've seen that guy before, right?
Yes, I think that was a continuation of the prior theme we discussed right before that clip, which is, you know, guys, I'm here, I did this. Give me some credit, because I think he thoroughly feels as though he has not been respected or credited by both Republicans and honestly Democrats too, in a lot of ways.
Well, there's been some Twitter traffic on it. Our friend Chuck Todd from NBC said it played better in the room than on TV. I don't think so. I thought it played pretty well on TV.
Too.
Yeah.
I think that you know, there was an aspect of Obama trying to persuade everybody of his relevance here. You know, Republicans have taken over Congress. Yet this also kind of catches Obama on an upswing. I mean, he's been aggressive in the last few weeks. He's done a lot of things that have gone right, essentially, and gone over well. Even the Cuba move and some of his climate change things and the immigration move. Republicans haven't thwarted him yet on those steps, and. So it's an interesting moment because the Republicans are up, Obama's a little bit up, the economy's a little bit up, and we're sort of primed to see what that all adds up to.
Well, I was on a train yesterday coming back from New York to Washington, and we stopped at an overpass, and there was a gas station, this was in Delaware, under the overpass, and the price of gas in that station was $1.89, and several people on the train spontaneously burst out in applause. I mean, that sort of environment really advantages the president.
Yeah, I think if we could attribute the bounce he's seen in polls, it has to be in good measure to something like that.